In this tutorial, I'm going to demonstrate how you could publish a collection data set up to GBIF. And now to get to that collection that we want to push up, I would click on My Profile, Occurrence Management tab, and this will list all the collections I have administrative or editing rights to. And our target collection in this tutorial is a Gabon Biodiversity Collection amphibian data set. If I click on that, it's going to take me to the collection profile page with the administrative menu displayed. And before we push the data up, we want to go to Edit Metadata. And we want to review our institution code, collection code, and the title of the collection, along with the description of the collection. We want to make sure all this information is correct, because that data is going to be pushed up to GBIF along with the data set. And you want to review your license and make sure your GUID source is correct. In this case, the GUID is created automatically by the portal. And you want to click on the Contact Resource tab and review any external links. We have one link going up to the home page for that collection. And we want to review the contacts. And if you think all of that is correct, go back to the metadata editor. And then down near the bottom, you want to click and select the Publish to the GBIF checkbox. And then you want to save your edit. And this will take you back to the metadata page description for that collection. And we could display the administrative menu once again by clicking the little pencil symbol. And then down within admin control panel again, there's an option that's called Darwin Core Archive Publishing. If I click on that, it will show the details and a description of what this is all about. And within the publishing panel here, as long as you have the GBIF publish the GBIF checkbox selected in the metadata page that we did previously, you can have instructions on how to push your data up. And one of the first steps that you need to do is to go to the GBIF endorsement request page and register with GBIF. And we did this prior, and so we already have a profile set up within GBIF. And you can see that if I click on this tab here. This is the GBIF profile for this collection, but you can see that there's no metadata published yet. And if I go back to the portal tab here, it's asking for the GBIF key here. And that GBIF key could be obtained from your GBIF profile page. Within the URL, there's a UUI, so it's all the alphanumeric digit after the publisher slash. So I'm just going to highlight that, copy it, and I'm going to put it within that field. Once there's information in that field, you say validate key. And it just contacted GBIF and it said, is this key valid? If it's not valid, it will come back and say, hey, it hasn't been created yet, or you copied the number wrong. And however, it is valid. So now we have a new set of instructions below that tells you your next step, and what you have to do is ask GBIF, contact the help desk, and ask them to allow the Symbiota Gabon user to have permission to push data sets up to your collection profile. And this depends on what the user is, will be different for different portals. So make sure to look to see what's highlighted there. You can also click down here and it'll provide you the complete text that you need to put in your email. So just create an email, copy and paste this text over into your email and send it to the help desk. And this is another step that we did prior to this tutorial. And they came back to us and they said it's all set. So this data set has permissions. This collection has permissions to push up to this GBIF profile. All right, so now the final step is all I have to do is submit data. And it was as easy as that. And it'll display a new link for me that'll take me to the profile. Now it says 0 occurrences, so it takes a little while. What happened is when I pushed that data, it created Darwin Core Archive, and it stashed it on the Gabon Biodiversity Portal. And then it contacted GBIF and said, hey, the data set is residing here, that Darwin Core Archive data set. Please harvest it and put it in this profile within GBIF. And sometimes it happens within minutes. Other times it might take 15 minutes. And you could just sit there and continue to refresh. And eventually that information and all the metadata will be displayed within this page. Okay, so I waited 10 minutes and refreshed the data set. I just hit refresh. And now that it shows that 1,346 occurrences have been indexed, and it gives you some stats. It displays the images. So grab the image URLs from the Darwin Core Archive, and along with metadata. And you can see that this is a data set. So an occurrence data set. And if I click on the Smithsonian Gabon Biodiversity Program, so that's the institution that was registered. So this is the publisher. It now says that there's one data set associated with it. And it gives a number of occurrences along, again, with the contact information. And now our ultimate goal within this portal is to publish all the Gabon biodiversity collection data sets, including the reptiles, mammals, and the birds, up to GBIF, and they'll be displayed as separate data sets within this page here. Okay, that ends my tutorial. Thank you.